just a quick preface to the video. The guitar solo that's in the introduction is actually my dad, who unfortunately has passed away in 2012, but there are some recordings of some music he wrote back in the 1980s, so I'm pretty proud of how good he was. So it makes me happy and proud to listen to his music. So I thought it'd be pretty cool to have my dad's guitar solo as the intro music on my channel. So there we go. Now, welcome to Chunk Danny, episode 17. We're starting this video off just cooking some of the fish that's in my bank that I've accumulated from Soul Wars. I will not know how much fish I actually need without cooking it first, because obviously there's burns. I don't actually stop burning lobsters until level 74. So yeah, I'm just gonna cook all the lobsters I can. I probably won't cook any swordfish yet because the burn rate will be so bad. So I'm just going to focus on all the lobsters, see where I'm up to, and then I'll probably get back into some Soul Wars and get some more. In the last video and at the start of this grind, I wasn't actually aware of, but you can combine leaves that you get from forestry with meat and fish. It gives you 51 XP a time. So essentially you get 2 lots of XP for the same drop. Now, as I'm using it on lobsters, I am losing out on an actual big supply of decent healing food, but as I'm going to have thousands of swordfish, thousands of sharks, and I'll have some lobsters left over, I'm pretty sure it's worth it. So this is the last cooking level we're going to get for now, level 67. So I started at 60 and now I'm 67, so I've essentially doubled the amount of cooking XP I've got. I haven't cooked any swordfish, only the lobsters, as I said previously. I will head back to Soul Wars and I will keep hunting the Dragon Medhelm and also the pet, and if I get either of those I will keep doing Soul Wars until I get enough fish to hit level 76, because I need to cook a shark. So the first thing I'm going to do back at Soul Wars is use some of my tokens to purchase level 60 prayer. I now have no tokens left for any Spoils of War. The gameplay of Soul Wars is pretty tedious, so I doubt I will include any of that. So I will be back to open some loot crates once I have played some of the minigame. Okay, so we're up to 11,363 lifetime zeal and 348 tokens. So they're 30 tokens each, and I have enough for 11 Spores of War. So the first one I get a cabbage, that's not ideal, kind of annoying to be honest. And then just getting the standard loot. We're looking for lobsters and we're looking for swordfish. Hey, 60 swordfish, that is absolutely beautiful. That should help towards the cooking grind. And some lobsters as well. A little pure essence. I think we've got over 300,000 pure essence in the bank now. But let's just have a quick look at the collection log. We've opened 376 Spores of War. So 24 more crates until we are officially over the pet drop rate. So let's hope that we can get it soon. And I am back with 1,277 more tokens, so 42 crates I can purchase with the zeal I have. So if I don't get it in these 42 crates, I am officially dry. So without further ado, let's get into it. Oh my god. There it is. Little creator Chunk Danny received a new collection log item. That must be very close to the official drop rate. So it's 1 in 400 and I got it in 383 because I opened another one after without realizing. Oh man. So that takes a big load off how I feel. Honestly, I've hated every single second of Soul Wars. The first few hours of it were pretty fun until I realised that people can just barrage me and kill me and I can do nothing back because I have no gear, and yeah. So I've been duolo method the whole time after the first few thousand, and it's just mind-numbingly tedious. Oh my god. I've been away for a week in Weymouth with my family. I needed to take a break, so I didn't log in. I didn't log in on mobile. And I've come back and I've opened the loot. And literally, I've been logged in less than 10 minutes. I haven't played any Soul Wars since I've been home, so these points were accumulated before I left. The only reason I opened it is because there was a news post saying that the Soul Wars Spoils of War are going to be absolutely nuked, like the Castle Wars ones were. So I came home, panic opened all of them. There we are. 341,000 pure essence is actually insane, but finally I've got my second pet. I'm still chasing the Dragon Med, so hopefully I can get that soon as well. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to have to go to about 600 Spores of War because I still need the fish. So it's now a race against time. Can I get all the fish I need before they remove the fish from the drop tables? So happy, man. I'm so happy that the pet's out the way. One more RNG drop to go and then I can leave and never come back. You know, it's been a while since I've got any levels on this account because when I do the duolo method, as I showed in the previous video, I get no XP. I just stand in the zone to capture it and then ring of recoil my ult to death. So I just happened to be in this world where people are boosting by the looks of it, and I managed to get into a game. And I was very close to a hit points level, so I got it in that game. I got 46 zeal, which is kind of nice. That would be about 3 games worth of the duolo method. $11 more crates to open. Dragon Longsword, 1 in 600 drop. Oh my god, the Dragon Med Helm. To be honest, I'm pretty sure that's hella spooned. It's a 1 in 600 and there's no way I have opened 600 crates. Just gonna quickly check the collection log, and yeah, 446 loot crates opened. So that's actually amazing that we've got the Dragon Med, because the Dragon Med is one of the drops that's being removed in the update of the Spoils of War. So the fact that we've actually got it now is great, because we wouldn't have had access to it after it had been removed, obviously. As we've done a lot more Soul Wars, we have gained a lot more Spoils of War, and as such have gained a lot more lobsters and also swordfish. So as the nearest range to a bank I believe that I have is the Edgeville range, which requires me to open 2 doors, which is really annoying to constantly have to do. I've come to Lumbridge where I can just light the logs and cook a whole invent of fish. So I've got 68 and also just about to get level 69 cooking. So I'm one away from the big level 70. But also level 69 comes a total level of 1,300. So that's a pretty awesome milestone to get on the account. And yeah, we need to get 7 more cooking levels, which means we need to double our cooking XP from now. 294 swordfish and also 82 lobsters to add to our fishing stacks. That is an unbelievable amount of swordfish. I'm very happy with that. But right now I'm going to go kill some moss giants because I want to get my combat stats up and some prayer XP. A beginner's casket number 17 for 267 coins. Another beginner casket, this time for 33 body runes. 81 defense has come in at the moss giants and a combat level of 94. I have just had my 20th mossy key drop, and that has taken 2,730 kills. So I'm actually well above the drop rate, so I'm actually getting spooned these keys after having 2 in my first 1,000 kills. So isn't RNG just so weird? And this is why we have been killing moss giants for prayer and also the mossy keys. So we are now 61 prayer. We need 9 more prayer levels. I could just keep spamming Soul Wars for 5,000 zeal, which would get me prayer. It would take a lot of less time than killing moss giants, but for now I'd rather kill moss giants. For anyone who doesn't know, I am training defense because technically I have access to the defense cape in Lumbridge. So I made it a rule in like episode 5 or whatever that whenever I use melee I have to train defense. Yeah, I can't train attack or strength until I've got the 99 defense cape. So level 82. We are closing in on another 80 stat. 78 hit points coming in. And also a fairly big level, which is level 10 agility. Now if you weren't aware, every 10 levels your energy restoration bracket goes up, which means you restore your run energy slightly quicker than the bracket before. So if I'm not mistaken, that's now moved me into a higher bracket, which means I should restore run energy slightly quicker. The reason we're lamping agility is because when we get level 15, it's possible to train agility using the monkey bars in the Edgeville dungeon, and once we unlock that, we can unlock the pipe in the dungeon, which can unlock Briarfighter and also Scurrius. So I found another boosting world, just full of literally like 100 people, and this one guy who was boosting found me and just kept fighting me for some reason. The world is literally full of people who are just boosting, and for some reason this guy, yeah, just don't know, took a dislike to me, or I wasn't part of the actual clan who were involved in this. But I wasn't attacking anyone, I was following the same rules as everyone else, I was compliant, I wasn't disrupting in any way. But as he was fighting me, I thought, why not just fight back? And yeah, he got a taste of his own medicines. Another defense level coming in, that's now 80 to 83, all achieved at the Moss Giants, and we have killed 3,843 so far. So I had a little think about my prayer challenge. I need to get the Soul Cape from Soul Wars, and to do that I needed level 70 prayer. So if I just did Soul Wars, yes, it would be quicker, but I wouldn't get any other benefits apart from a quick prayer level. I get no XP otherwise, unless I play the main game, the Mass Worlds, but that's even less fun than doing the Duolo method. So it's 28,200 more Moss Giants to get me from level 61 to level 70 prayer. And in doing so, that would get me about level 95 or level 96 defense. So that's one option. Alternatively, as I'm leveling agility, I could kill Briarfighter, I could kill Obor, as they both drop giant bones now, which both are 125 GP each. Alternatively, Scurrius drops the Scurrius Spine. Now each one of those you get, you can change with the guy outside for 3,500 prayer experience, and as I'm going to have to grind for the Scurry pet, I think that's actually an amazing method I could use, because they're 1 in 33 and I'm going to need to kill like at least 3,000. Oh my gosh, a second curved bone on the account. These are 1 in 5,000 from Hill Giants and Moss Giants. I think they're 1 in 5,000 from everyone who drops it, to be honest. But I just remember the absolute grind that I put on at Hill Giants to get my first curve bone, and that was about 12,000 Hill Giants killed. Now looking back, that has been amazing for my account because it gave me 70 attack and 75 strength, and gave me the ability to be able to train defense with decent attack and strength levels. You might be wondering why I'm still killing Moss Giants if I've decided to lamp agility and kill Scurrius for the prayer experience. But to be honest, I can't get any random events at Soul Wars because it's in an instanced area. I can't get any random events at the Mage Training Arena, so I thought, you know what, I just have to be somewhere in the open world where I can get random events, and there we are, 84 defense and another agility level coming in. The XP is absolutely flying in, and we are just about to get level 79 HP, so one level now away from another level 80 stat. I've been at Moss Giants a long time. At the start of the video we got level 60 prayer, and now we have got level 62. This is basically all from Moss Giants, although every time I have a couple of tokens left over I use them on prayer, but they're mostly from Moss Giants. So it's 60,000 XP from 60 to 62, and you get 15 XP per big bone. So I've killed about 4,000 Moss Giants so far this video. The Spoils of War change is coming imminently. It's already been delayed for about a week or so, so I'm not going to get many more chances to open loot crates, but oh my god. So in this invent alone, I've got 3 1 in 600 drops. The Dragon Longsword, the Dragon Mace, and another Dragon Medhelm, which is actually insane. There's no way I've even opened 600 yet, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 1 in 600 drops, and I haven't even got 600 loot crates opened yet. So that's all of my zeal used up. I'm pretty sure that the nuking of the Spores of War is going to happen tomorrow, so I think this is the last chance I'm going to be able to actually open any. I've got enough zeal for one Spoil of War crate, and I'm pretty sure the loot has been changed, and there's confirmation: blighted anglerfish and blighted manta rays. Now this is stuff that you can only use in the wilderness and PvP worlds as far as I'm aware. I'm pretty sure just the wilderness though. But yeah, essentially you can no longer profit from the Spoils of War. So let's just have a look at the loot I have gained from all of the Spoils of War that I have opened. Obviously there are a few thousand lobsters that won't be in the loot. But essentially everything else should be. So if we go ahead and chuck it all in the loot tracker, we get 41 million GPs worth of loot. Now some would say this is overpowered for an account, but I've been here since April and it's now July, so I don't think that's OP. I think it's just a lazy change from the devs, but oh well. I will have to say that for a chunk account especially, it is OP, because how else is a chunk account going to get 20,000 nature runes, for example? But oh well, I've done amazingly well from Soul Wars. But as I can no longer get lobsters, and I can no longer get swordfish from the Spoils of War, I have to do my cooking grind by alternative means. So I toyed with the idea of going back and killing giant rats, but it wasn't good. I was constantly waiting for the rats to respawn. It was alright at a low level because, yeah, you're always fighting, you're always doing something, but when you're my level you one hit the rat and then you're waiting like 10 seconds, and yeah, it's just not good. So I've picked a bunch of nettles. Got a bunch of bowls from the shop, and I'm making nettle teas for 52 each. So you have to pick the nettles, then you have to fill the bowls with water, then you have to add the nettles to the water, then you have to cook it. So there's 4 different steps, but all in all it's pretty good XP, and I'm going to be doing this until I have enough XP to reach 76. So I'm alternating between lobsters and nettles. I've got 2,000 nettles in the bank, so I've got more than enough to get level 76. I picked so many just so I'd have level 76 banked. Obviously I don't know how many lobsters and swordfish I'm going to actually burn, so I just thought I'd be on the safe side. But for now I'm doing lobsters and saving swordfish right until the end, and I'll just top up the XP I need with the nettle teas. But here we are, level 71 cooking. Do we get any unlocks? No, but 5 levels to go. So we are now at level 72 cooking, and we're going to be doing the same methods the whole way. So level 73, 74, and now level 75 cooking, and now we are going to get the level we need to finish our goal, which is level 76. Now you might be thinking it's level 80 to cook a shark, so why do you need level 76? Because in the bank I have a Chef's Delight which I got from Puro, and this gives me a temporary +4 boost to cooking, which means I can cook a shark from level 76 as it temporarily boosts me to level 80. So with that being said, all I need now at Soul Wars is the Ectoplasmator and the Soul Cape, which is another 2,750 combined zeal for both of them. So we're up to 19,000 total zeal, and that's the last milestone we'll get. We won't reach 20,000, and honestly I can't see myself coming back once we finish the goal. I've been here since April and it's now mid-July, and I can't wait to be rid of this place. So this is the final game of Soul Wars. Probably the final game I'll ever play, unless they change it again in the future and make it beneficial to come back. But I just wanted to take some time to talk about something that I've been debating in my head whether to do it or not. A few months ago, I got the rock golem mining pet. Some chunkers, when they get a pet that they don't have a task for, give themselves a free chunk roll as a sort of reward, as it were, because it's such a rare event, it's so unlikely to happen, so when it does happen, you should get a free chunk. Now, it's been about a year since I got my pet. I don't actually remember when it was, but it's been a very long time and I just haven't done it. But I thought, why not? I asked around in the Discord. People were like, yeah, why not? I asked people on YouTube and the consensus generally was, yeah, why not? I asked in the CC and people were like, yeah, why not? Not one person was like, no, don't do it. So I think that answers everything. Previously on my account, when it came to skill capes or certain tasks or backlogs, people were quite against it, saying no, you should do this, you should do that. But with this, everyone unanimously just said yes. So I think I will be rolling a chunk. But on the screen you can see that I've just got my ectoplasmator, and I didn't actually realise this, but I can't actually buy the soul cape until I've got 70 prayer. So I've got all the zeal I need to finish Soul Wars. All I need now is 70 prayer. But yeah, let's get in to this chunk roll potentially. Here is my chunk map. I haven't rolled to the 24th of March, so I was actually wrong what I said before. I thought I was in Soul Wars since April, but I was actually there since March, so that makes it even worse. So there's 16 rollable chunks. I won't go through them all too much, but there are some long chunks, some that involve killing Scurrius and Bryophyta, but I'm hoping to get that anyway, so if I get that now, that would be even better, to be honest. Also, south of the Al-Kharid would potentially let me do my Slayer task finally, as it gives access to the Slayer cave that's there, the Calphite cave. And yeah, I've been through everything else in previous videos, so without further ado, let's get on with the roll. So I'm going to roll a chunk, and I have rolled the chunk east of Emir's Arena. That's just an absolute nothing chunk, to be honest. It's a complete waste of time. I was building this chunk roll up to be like, oh, I'm going to unlock so much new stuff. It's going to be like an exciting thing for the account and the channel. And yeah, it's just, I'm exactly the same place as where I was. So there we are. In previous videos, I did say when I had all the runes, I would happily grind the mage training arena. The issue was my chunk rules dictate that I don't have a primary access to every single rune that I require to complete every rune. An example of this is lore runes. So I have access to the Possess shop where you can buy lore runes with points, but you get 2 points for finishing a telekinetic rune, and each lore rune costs 2 points. So you need about 7 casts to complete one rune, which costs 14 points to buy all those runes with. So you're constantly operating at a loss. However, I now have 20,000 nature runes, so I am going to get enough alchemy points for everything in the shop because I have access to all of the runes. So I will be doing this basically in one go. I'm going to stay here until I have however many points I need. I'm not sure how many that is yet, but at the end I'm going to get the fattest XP drop and it is going to be beautiful. Now if you weren't aware, when you alch the right item you get 30 coins and you get 1 pizzazz point for every 100 coins. So each point is worth 3.3 nature runes, presuming that you are alching the right item. And you get 2 XP per coin you deposit. So I'm just going to do a quick demonstration because I'm not the best at explaining stuff, so it's sometimes easier just to do it so then everyone knows what the hell you're actually talking about. So I'm going to just get down to 19,000 nature runes left, so that's me using just over 1,000 casts. So if we go over to the depositor, I have 38,000 coins, so that equates to 77,000 XP. So we've got 73 magic now, so you can sort of understand that if I'm here for a very long time getting all the points I need for every item, then I'm going to get a fat XP drop in the future. In a previous clip I mentioned that you don't get random events at Soul Wars or Mage Training Arena, and you can see the overestimate at the bottom right is 9.5 hours, which means that it's been 10.5 hours of in-game time where I haven't had a random event. So this is why I stepped out of the minigame, because I'm due one. I should get one practically any second now. So when I do, I'll have to see what it is. Hopefully it's a lamp or a book or... And there we are, literally less than 2 or 3 minutes since I came out and one basically instantly spawns. So just going to fast forward through this little mini game and I will get level 14 agility. So I've worked out that I need to deposit around 250,000 coins worth of alchemy points to reach 3,100 roughly alchemist pizzazz points. That's enough points to unlock Bones to Peaches, every wand, and every piece of infinity. So that's enough to unlock absolutely everything. As I said in the previous clip, every 1 point is 100 coins. I already have 600, so that's why I need 250,000 coins worth of points to deposit, as 250,000 coins equates to 2,500 points. So I imagine I'm going to use probably 6,000 to 7,000, maybe 8,000 nature runes. So that's going to be a 500,000 XP drop at the end, as remember it's 2 XP per coin deposited, so 250,000 coins equates to 500,000 XP. So I would imagine I'm going to get probably level 80 magic just from doing this room, and that is going to be absolutely amazing. It's also going to be nice to have an entire Mage Training Arena room completed and out of the way. Down to 15,800 nature runes remaining, and a big level is incoming to the account of level 75 magic, now casting Fire Wave, and can now wield a Trident of the Seas, although I think that's probably about 12 years away before I get myself a Trident. But level 75 magic is a beautiful level to have on the account. It's going to keep going up very quickly, to be honest. I expect to have the rest of these done by the end of today, and it's just going to be a case of continuing just to alch the right items, making sure I'm not wasting my nature runes, and yeah, watching the cash stack grow and grow and grow. Further 1800 casts gives me level 76 magic and 150,000 coins worth of points in the inventory, and a further 2000 casts gives me level 77. And with that being said, I am very close now to 250,000 coins. So I've now got 11,100 nature runes remaining, and I'm just about to hit 250,000 coins. So I've used 9,000 casts to get to this point. And there we have it, 250,000 coins in the inventory. So if I run over to the coin depositor in the end of the room, I will get a 500,000 XP drop, which instantly takes me up to level 80 magic. So in the alchemist room alone, bearing in mind I already had points, I've gone from level 71 all the way to level 80 magic, which is genuinely amazing XP, and yeah, well worth my time. In my inventory is the final lamp to get me level 15 agility. This is a big moment. Briar Fighter and Scurrius are both insanely long grinds. They both come with good rewards, but it is going to be very, very time consuming. If I go dry on the pet, it could be months and months. But there we are, 15 agility. And this is where I'm going to leave today's episode, and hopefully I will be back soon. Thank you for watching.